Hello and welcome to this evening time late noon taste challenge. Ooh, I'm gonna rinse this off. I'll be right back. Can't can't be looking at a bottle like that. Okay, so I have Fundador. These are both 40% alcohol, 80 proof, 40% alcohol brandies with European origins. This is Brandy de Jerez, Fundador Solera Reserva, Pedro Domecq. And Fundador, the founder, established in 1730. It was a wine company. I think they still make wine. 1730, product of Spain. But actually, if you read the website, they didn't start making brandy until 1874. Okay. So, yes, the company was a winery. And if you go there, the buildings and all, goes back to 1730. But this was introduced 1874 by a man named Pedro Domecq. And the company is Pedro Domecq, it says here. It's from Jerez, Spain. I bought this bottle at Savannah Discount, and it was like $13. I don't see this stuff around too often. Okay, that's it. All right. Anyway, says up here, Pedro Domecq Fundador. The founder. It's not trying to focus. Finally, it did. All right, so old company. Now, this is Hartley V.S.O.P. brandy, introduced in 1943 using imported brandy. There's the Italian flag from Italy. It's got natural flavors and caramel color added. I'll give Sazerac, the Sazerac company, credit. They do tell you on the bottles when they're adding flavoring and coloring. They're not required to do that, but they just do it. Now, this one is a much less expensive product. I found this at Winn-Dixie for $8.99, and that's the current sale price until the 29th of this month. And there's no website listing, so let's see if it'll focus. Yep, finally did. They did change the label where they put the V.S.O.P. in the blue box, the blue banner, because it used to be outside, and it's kind of hard to read that. But Alex says, good evening. Ron, cheers. Burley Sullivan, cheers back to you, Alex, clinking the mugs. Burley Sullivan says, you, and cheers back to you. Okay, so this one uses the Solera method, so there's no age statement because it would be impossible to have an age statement. There's the new label, Sherry Cask Fine Brandy, distilled, matured, and blended and bottled in Spain. The first brandy de Jerez Solera is also perfect to make a unique style that leaves no one indifferent. Aged in sherry casks, that's a type of wine, sherry type of wine, that have previously contained sherry wine, makes sense. This brandy is the result of experience and that has the credibility to reinvent the brandy category. I don't know about all that. but they have been making it since 1874. So got a little ability to do it. Color, European spelling. Very bright amber. Aroma, very complex and balanced with notes of wood and vinosity. That's like wininess, provided by the cask used for its aging. Taste, harmonious, smooth, and ambiguous. Winey again. Remarkable and pleasant persistence. Technical sheet. Made from highly selected wines for distillation and columns, continuous distillation apparatus. Like they make vodka out of that kind of column still. Obtain spirits of the highest quality, of course. You ever notice every liquor company makes the highest quality product, which are carefully aged in 500 barrels, previously seasoned with the most select, of course, Jerez sherries using the traditional dynamic Soleras and Criaderas system of aging. The same combination of wine, spirits, and distillates, and the vinosity deriving from the sherry cask during the aging process. Fundador sherry cask Solera, an extraordinary brandy in style elegance. Chilled, it's saying. My bottle's not really chilled, although it's chilly in the house, but it's not chilled. Recommended preservation. Cool place at room temperature. Well, okay. Pairing, nuts, chocolates, desserts, and spicy food, quote, in parentheses, Chinese food. Recommended consumption, mixed with cola or neat. I'm not going to mix it with cola. I'm going to taste it neat. All right, so this website will take you hours to read. I'm telling you, they go into detail. It's madness. The art of time. Our sherry casks are unique butts which provide brandy with excellent aging. Time capsules that transmit the essence of the sherry wines. They have given the brandy its characteristic smoothness and roundness and sweetness. Brandy over time acquires the best of each wine. They made a typo there. I see so many typos on these companies' websites. It's amazing. Due to the porosity of the wood, porous, air gets in. It's not airtight. And it's aging, achieving products of the highest quality, of course. Only because of the sherry cask we achieve brandies with a unique personality. Nice graphics there, nice moving, kinetic graphics. We hold the certified. They're trying to translate this to English. We hold the certified by the Consejo Regulador de Denominación de Origen Jerez, guaranteeing the undisputed quality of our sherry casks. Our collection, one of the largest in the world. You see this huge room. We can proudly say that our bodega was the first to be built in the Marco de Jerez in 1730, only years of history and tradition. We keep the casks that contain our best sherry wines, essential for elaborate, the world's best sherry. See, they having trouble translating it to English. Harvey's Bristol Cream. Oh, the perfect blend of different types of sherry wine. Oh, so they're involved with Harvey's Bristol Cream. Well. We take care of every detail of the elaboration process from the beginning to the end, from planting to bottling. Okay, so they control that's right. They control the vineyards, the winemaking, the aging, everything. Bottling, of course. Okay. And if you read about the Solera method later, you'll understand why I can't have an age statement, because this barrel's stacked 10 high and they keep dumping every year the top barrel to the, the number 10 barrel to number 9 to number 8 to number 7, number 6. And so the barrel number 1 could have brandy in there that's 100 years old or longer. Okay, cheers, says Wick Sounds. Cheers to you. V. Lovecraft says, sounds very interesting and tasty. Cheers. It is. It is. And Alex says, yum. All right, so here we go. So appearance. The Fundador is darker. And the Hartley is lighter. Let's see what Fundador is selling for right now, just because I think I got it on a deal. I don't think it's really that cheap. I mean, I got the Hartley on the deal too, but it was only $1 off. It wasn't. It's not like the regular price of Hartley's. You might see it somewhere for $10.99, but I would shop around, honestly. Okay, Fundador. Here it is. They're showing my bottle. They didn't update the new bottle. $21.99. Yeah. So yeah, about $22. You're not going to really find it for $13. You know what? I think it was I think I actually paid $11.99. I'm saying $13. I think I paid $11.99 though. No. There's what a bottle looks like with no damage to the label. They have it at my local. I say local, 25 miles away, but yeah, okay. And what score does it get? A 94. Man, people love this stuff. Only 100 check-ins, but still. Oh, sorry, I forgot to show the screen share. But anyway, okay, so 22. What's that air superiority video about? I haven't clicked on it yet. It says Urjo. Oh, it's about the it's called illusion of air superiority. And then I talked about different conflicts where these countries have total air superiority, but they don't really accomplish anything because they don't establish command and control of the ground. So if you watch it, you'll see, and I give examples: Vietnam, Afghanistan, Gaza Strip, and some other examples. And it's not really something that you couldn't really dispute it because we know the outcomes, and the outcome's always the same. And which is a failure of the country that had the air superiority. And then I'm not saying air superiority is not important. Clearly it is. And I go into that in the video. I'm saying that there's more to it, that some people seem to have a fixation on that as a I don't know, a heuristic in warfare, but it's faulty. And a heuristic can work, but it's also a shortcut. And if it doesn't work, and you see that it hasn't worked, and there are repetitive examples of it, you might not want to use that shortcut. Okay, so back to this. From the Kingdom of Spain, Pedro Domecq. Smells nice. It almost smells like charred sherry casks. And I don't know if they char them, but it smells really rich. Got a lot of depth to it. And this is their base model. They have some that'll cost you $500-600, No, I mean, but I don't think those are sent to Louisiana. Not the Total Wine, but oh well. Well, I don't know. This one's kind of rich also. Maybe richer. It's funny how these brandies will be though. you do one and you think you know it, and then you put it up against another one, and it smells and tastes totally different. It's like it makes it taste different. So far, who's winning? Can't say, cannot say, cannot say. Did you know that Spain used to own all of southern Italy, from Naples down to the bottom, and Sicily Island, Sicily, and all of southern Italy on the mainland, from Naples down? Yeah, they used to own it for a long time. It's part of the Kingdom of Spain, but they didn't hold on to it for various reasons. But sweetness, yeah, but it's mostly dry. Grapes, grape leaves go along with that. Medium body, mostly dry finish. Yeah, nice. Incredible. I don't know what incredible brandy tastes like. I probably never bought any. All right. Somebody dumped vanilla in this stuff. That's what the natural flavoring is. In my guesswork, I'm thinking it's vanilla extract. I don't know this, but I'm suspicious that that is what it is. Is it a pleasant flavor? It is. When I did the review out in the backyard, I just posted it today, I believe, Hartley V.S.O.P. I was surprised because I was thinking it was going to be, I said, oh man, this thing might, I've had it in the past and it was questionable. I said, but who knows, maybe they improved the product. Maybe they watched my videos and realized they needed to improve it. I wouldn't want to imagine that would be the case, because I'd be thinking a lot bigger about myself than the reality. But honestly, it does taste a lot better. So which one would I prefer? Well, I think I prefer the Fundador. It's a little higher quality, a little better. It's going to cost you extra $12. $12 to $13, maybe $14. So you might, you'll probably pay an extra $12 to $14 for Fundador. $12 to $14. And I guess it's worth it. There's no way they used real vanilla. Vanilla's too expensive. I know, but it says natural flavors. I don't mean they took actual vanilla beans from Africa and Madagascar out in the, in the Indian Ocean, and they soaked them in the brandy. I don't mean that. But it could be vanilla extract. And remember, they're getting it at a wholesale price because they're buying a huge amount of it. But I don't know that. I could be totally wrong. I say, to me, it tastes like vanilla. It's something, some natural flavor. Yeah, this Fundador is really nice. And then I had somebody tell me at work one time, he used to work with me, and he says, well, natural flavors aren't natural. They're made to mimic natural flavors. I said, no, that's called an artificial flavor. Two types of flavorings. There's artificial and natural. The perception that the public has is that artificial flavor is less healthy. It's like not good for you. But I've read articles saying it's actually probably safer, because it's produced under a controlled environment in laboratories, food laboratories, and natural flavor. There's more likelihood that it could have some variables that might not be healthy. But I mean, they say that, but in a real sense, that's probably not going to happen. The possibilities would be very low. But that was what the articles were saying, that it's really a myth about, artificial flavoring is worse for you. It's just not the real flavor. It's like you can buy artificial vanilla flavor, but it may taste real, but it's not. You can buy that. I've seen that Big Chief. They call it Big Chief. There's another one. I can't remember the name. But anyway, a natural flavor comes from nature: leaves, roots, extracts, oleo resins. I'm remembering what I read on the FDA website. Oleo resins, bark, that kind of weird stuff. And I was reading that a lot of artificial flavoring comes from coal tar. Coal tar. You say coal tar from tar, and I'm consuming it. The government says it's safe to drink and eat. Would the government ever lie to you? Okay. Okay, so Hartley, it's fine. I mean, if you gave it a score, it'd probably be like a B, like 8.3 out of 10, 83 out of 100, however you want to express it. Coal tar sounds like a good band name, right? Tonight at the Municipal Auditorium, coal tar. And then the opening act, Jack Rabbit by Beaver Productions, coal tar. All right, anyway, the winner, I haven't even looked at the labels. I'm being kind of presumptuous. The winner is Fundador, the founder. I got it. I got the $50. So I haven't gotten it wrong yet. And I'm planning to not get it wrong at all throughout the whole series of Hartley V.S.O.P versus all the other brandies that I have. And I'm unanimous in that. Now, what other brandies am I planning to bring in? Well, French brandies, Reynal, better known as 3 Barrels, but in the United States it's sold as Reynal because there's probably some trademark from some obscure little company that has 3 barrels. So instead of fighting it, they just changed the name to Reynal, which is the cognac distillery. It's called Reynal and Company. But if you go to England, it's sold as 3 Barrels. Then I have the XO, the Saint-Remy XO. Yes, it is related to Remy Martin, but it's not exactly the same. But it's related to Remy Martin. That's why it's Saint-Remy, and it was started by Remy Martin. But that's another story. But that'll be interesting. I have the brandy Sainte Louise, another French brandy. I have the first one I have is cognac, the Biscuit and Debouché de Biscuit. I guess they pronounce it biscuit, spelled biscuit to me. Maybe it's French. It might be biscuit, but to me it looks like biscuit. Biscuit and Debouché. It's VS, the base model cognac, but it's a 1954 bottle. Can you believe it? 1954, 70-year-old bottle. I'm still sipping on it. And I got it for free. And the person that gave it to me paid $1 for it, unopened, $1, unopened bottle. Amazing. Then we're going to go to Ukraine and close out with Odessa, Ukrainian brandy. Not the greatest thing, but it's pretty good. Vic V. Lovecraft says, did you ever reviewed any absinthe? No, I'm afraid I'm too petrified of absence. I think if I did reviews of absence, I'd be talking crazy on the internet. I'd be up there like, you don't understand. We're victims of this shared experience, man. And you'd be like, oh, he's really going off now. And I'd be like, well, there was some guy that used to join our hangouts, and he was always talking about, I'm drinking absence. And then he did start talking crazy. He started talking nutty, and I was like, that's kind of weird, and then he just disappeared. He was off into La La Land. I hate that built-in pora El Presidente has. Or Joseph. Are you talking about the big handle? Yeah, well, I have a regular 750 milliliter bottle, and oh yeah, it does have that built-in pour. Well, it's not a pourer; it's a fraud prevention device. A fraud prevention device because you can pour in. I mean, you can pour it out, but you can't pour it in because they had problems in Mexico with they were dumping out the Presidente brandy and putting in some cheap stuff and selling it as Presidente. And I talked to a guy who used to do beer reviews, but he never would stick to it. He'd always make a few and then disappear and come back. But he told me, and he worked in restaurants in New York City. He said, look, these restaurants are crooked. He said they'll take Jack Daniels bottles, they'll pour the Jack Daniels out, and they'll put some cheap whiskey in and sell it as Jack Daniels. He said, I'm telling you, I'll see them do it at the restaurant. He said, but that restaurant's owned by organized crime. I said, well, you don't have to worry about me, Lee, because I don't order alcohol when I go to a restaurant. Because even if I'm not getting defrauded, the prices are exorbitant. But he claimed that they did that they would sell fake liquor. In other words, I mean, it was real liquor, but it was not the brand that the bottle said. I said, but that's theft. That's fraud. Oh, I heard that's a big problem in China too. Oh, using fake. Yeah. It's sickening. All right, but anyway, well, thanks for watching, everybody. The winner, the clear and present winner is Fundador. Fundador, $22 or less. But it wasn't as big of a winner as I thought. I thought it would really run away with the challenge, but it did not. So Hartley held its own with who knows where their Italian brandy is coming from. If anybody can track that down, I'd love if you could find that out. But I seriously doubt you'll ever be able to track it down. All right. Well, y'all take care and join us in about 34 minutes for holiday beers. We're going to review and talk about any beer produced for the holidays. You know what I'm talking about. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, the holidays.